The Battlefield 6 multiplayer event just dropped a mountain of info. We have beta dates, returning game modes, brand new maps, and some surprising additions, including one mode we've never seen before. So, if you're wondering how to play early, what to expect from launch, or whether Battlefield 6 is worth your time, here's everything you need to know before the beta drops in just a few days. Alright, diving right into it, let's talk about beta access. So, if you signed up for Battlefield Labs playtests before July 31st, then I have good news for you. You're in. Even if you didn't make it into the playtest, you'll still qualify for early access to the beta on August 7th and 8th. Aside from having signed up for Battlefield Labs before the 31st, the other way that you can get into the early access period for the beta on the 7th and 8th is by watching Twitch streamers on the day of the multiplayer reveal and getting a drop. So that'll have a code with it that'll get you access to that early portion of the beta. Now, if you still can't get access to that early beta on the 7th and 8th, or maybe you just can't play on those days, don't worry, because there's going to be an open beta on the 9th and 10th that doesn't have any prerequisites. Anyone's able to download and play that. And then there'll be another beta window that runs from the 14th to the 17th that's also an open beta. So again, you don't have to have signed up for Battlefield Labs or gotten a Twitch drop to be able to play in either of those two open beta dates. So this is a full week of hands-on time just for the open access periods, not even including the early access periods. The best part of all is that it's completely free, so no need for pre-order, and this is really a good time to decide if this is a game that you want to play. The last thing that I want to mention here is that EA has said that we can start pre-downloading the beta, and that should start on August 4th for all the platforms, so Steam or EA for desktop, as well as the current generation consoles. With details about the beta out of the way, I wanted to touch on a few other aspects of the game that we learned from this multiplayer reveal trailer that I think Battlefield fans will want to know. So next up, let's talk about game modes. During the multiplayer reveal trailer, DICE said that they would be bringing back their core trifecta of all-out warfare game modes. So that trifecta includes Conquest, Rush, and Breakthrough. So that's not really a surprise to anybody. Happy to see those back on the table. In addition to the big three, we're going to see a bit more variety. So these are mostly going to appeal to players that prefer smaller lobby sizes with little to no vehicles. So things like Team Deathmatch, Squad Deathmatch, Domination, and King of the Hill have all been confirmed by DICE for the Battlefield 6 entry. The last mode that was confirmed at the multiplayer reveal was a new all-out warfare game mode that DICE called Escalation. So they didn't give us a whole lot of details about what Escalation is during the event, but they have since posted some screenshots on the Twitter account or X account with descriptions of the all-out warfare modes, and the description for Escalation says that it's two teams fighting to capture strategic control points. As the teams expand their territory, fewer and fewer control points remain, creating increasingly intense areas of control, and this will culminate in a fight to control the last remaining points on the map. So this actually kind of sounds exactly like the Control game mode that we have in Battlefield 2042, but it's interesting to see them say that it's a new all-out warfare experience. That might mean that we'll see larger player counts, maybe a tweaking of some of the rules for the game mode. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see once we get access to it in the beta. Along with all those game modes, DICE has confirmed the return of the Portal mode, and I think that means we can expect not to see a server browser in Battlefield 6, but they did say that Portal mode will have new UI for designing experiences. It'll have increased control over a lot of the settings in the game that you can tweak. It should include a better search and filter function to help you find the game modes that you want to play. And they claim it'll have a verification system that should allow for full experience gain and progression while playing on these custom Portal servers. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I am a little bit concerned that we might see a repeat of the Portal issues at the beginning of Battlefield 2042, where people were creating servers specifically for farming, tier 1 weapons, unlocking all the attachments on weapons, kind of messing up the leaderboards, and all those were done using bots. So we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully they get it right this time, and we don't have any of those big issues. So with all that said, I'd really like to hear from you guys on your thoughts on these game modes. Is there anything missing from the list that you'd have liked to see here? Are there any that you're particularly excited about or surprised to see? I know for myself personally, I'm kind of missing out on Frontlines. I feel like it would have been nice to see it on this list, but hey, what are you going to do? The last big thing I want to go over today is going to be the maps. So during the multiplayer reveal event today, it was confirmed that there'll be 9 maps in the game at launch. These maps include areas in Cairo, Brooklyn, Egypt, and Tajikistan, as well as Operation Firestorm. I'll have a full list of the maps on screen. EA released a nice graphic on their Twitter or X account after the multiplayer reveal event, but during the event, they mentioned that these different maps will be better suited for different types of gameplay. So they mentioned that Egypt would be good for combined arms, Tajikistan would be really good for all-out warfare, Cairo is going to be well suited for CQC, and Brooklyn looks like will be CQC and all-out warfare, so a good mix of the two. So just a quick recap on what we talked about here today. Battlefield 6 is going to have 3 opportunities to jump into the beta, starting as early as August 7th. There'll be 9 total maps at launch, with 4 regions revealed, and I'm sure we'll get more details about those along the way. We'll see the return of some core game modes like Conquest, Rush, and Breakthrough, as well as some additional game modes that we haven't really seen before. And then we're going to be seeing the return of the revamped Portal mode. So that should give the game a lot of future potential. Hopefully it operates something kind of like a server browser. Overall, the reveal shows a true return to form for Battlefield. So bigger variety, smarter map design, and honestly a focus on fun. That's all for today, but I will be covering the beta as soon as it goes live, so I'll have gameplay, I'll have breakdowns of the class system, vehicles, gun customizations, plenty of other things here as soon as we get access to that. If you want to see more Battlefield 6 content, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next video drop, and let me know in the comments, how do you feel about the game so far?